All right, today we are cracking the code on a health insurance policy that's really built for a new generation. We're talking about the Yuva Bharat Health Policy. Let's dive in and see what makes it tick. You know that feeling when you're staring at an insurance document and it feels like you need a law degree just to understand page one? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. They're often packed with jargon, super dense, and honestly, just a little bit overwhelming. But what if we could just cut through all that noise? That's our goal right now. We're going to break down this one specific policy quickly and clearly so you can walk away knowing exactly what's on offer. So the policy we're zooming in on is the Yuva Bharat Health Policy from the New India Assurance Company. The name itself kind of gives it away. It's designed with a younger audience in mind. But how? Let's find out. Okay, so who's the target audience here? It's specifically for people between the ages of 18 and 45. And you've got options. You can get it for just yourself, or you can cover your spouse, independent kids, the whole crew, up to 6 people in total. Now, the policy is structured into 3 different plans: base, gold, and platinum. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a phone plan, right? The base plan gives you all the essentials you need to get started. Gold adds some really big upgrades for those more critical situations. And platinum, that's the all-inclusive package, especially if family is on your mind. So let's start with the foundation, the base plan. This is the core of the policy, and it actually packs in a really solid set of features that every single person with this policy gets, no matter what. So, what's in the box? Well, the base plan covers all the fundamentals you'd expect, like your hospital room and any ICU charges. It also covers your medical bills for 60 days before you go into the hospital and for 90 days after you're discharged. Plus, it includes costs for organ transplants, alternative treatments like Ayurveda, and even coverage for a newborn baby right from day one. Now, a really important feature of this policy is how some benefits scale up with your total coverage, what's called the sum insured. Just look at the ambulance charges here. If your coverage is up to 15 lakhs, you get 5,000 rupees. But if you have a 50 lakh policy, that benefit jumps all the way to 20,000. It's a simple idea. Higher coverage means better benefits across the board. And here's a feature that really speaks to that young Indian name. The base plan actually covers injuries from hazardous sports. And we're talking about scuba diving, rock climbing, rafting, stuff that a lot of standard policies will flat out refuse to cover. This is a huge perk if you have an adventurous streak, and it's pretty rare to see. Okay, ready to level up? Let's talk about the gold plan. This is where the policy adds a really serious layer of protection, designed for those major unexpected health scares. Upgrading to gold unlocks some powerful stuff, like a lump sum payout if you're diagnosed with a critical illness, and even air ambulance services. But 2 features here really stand out. First, an auto top-up, which basically refills your coverage after you make a claim. And second, a guaranteed bonus. This is amazing. It means that any no-claim bonus you've built up won't get wiped out the first time you actually need to use your insurance. Let's look a little closer at that critical care benefit, because this is a real game changer. If you get diagnosed with one of the specified critical illnesses, the policy gives you a fixed cash payout. And here's the most important part. This is paid in addition to your regular hospital cover. It's extra money to help you out, and it doesn't touch your main sum insured. And finally, let's explore the top tier, the Platinum Plan. This one is really built for people who are planning for, or are maybe already in, that next big chapter of their lives, growing a family. So the Platinum Plan has everything from the base and gold plans, but then it adds benefits that are laser-focused on family planning. This is where you'll find coverage for maternity expenses, infertility treatments, and a special baby cover for preterm babies and their vaccinations. It even has a lump sum birthright benefit for certain congenital conditions. Now, for anyone thinking about this plan, the maternity details are probably what you're looking for. This table shows you exactly what you'd get. For a policy up to 50 lakhs, the coverage is 25,000 rupees for a single baby. But if you have a 1 crore policy, that goes up to 50,000. It's a very specific but very important detail to know. So we've seen all 3 tiers. Now let's get down to the bottom line. How do they really stack up against each other? And what are the key rules and conditions you absolutely have to know before making a choice? Think of this as your decision-making dashboard. It lays out the trade-offs crystal clear. If things like critical illness and personal accident cover are important to you, then you have to start at the gold level. And if maternity and infertility benefits are a priority, well then, it has to be platinum. Okay, now for some quick-fire ways to save a little money. First up,
How you buy the policy matters. If you purchase it directly online without going through an agent, you instantly get a 10% discount on your premium. It's that simple. And if you're covering your family, you can save even more. Add 4 or more family members under one policy, and you'll get the maximum discount of 15%. Now here's a detail you absolutely cannot ignore: premium zones. Basically, where you live affects your premium. Major cities like Delhi and Mumbai are in Zone 1, and they have a higher cost. The rest of India is in Zone 2, which is cheaper. But, and this is a big but, if you have a cheaper Zone 2 policy and you get treated in a Zone 1 city, you'll have to pay 10% of the claim yourself. That is a critical detail. And finally, let's talk waiting periods, because with insurance, benefits don't always kick in on day one. Now, coverage for accidents is immediate, which is great, but there's a 90-day wait for conditions like diabetes or hypertension. For specific surgeries like cataracts, it's a full year. And for those big Platinum Plan benefits, maternity and infertility, you need to have held the policy for 24 months before you can make a claim. So there you have it, a complete breakdown of the Yuva Bharat Health Policy. You've got the foundational base plan for the adventurous individual, the gold plan for that extra layer of critical protection, and the family-focused Platinum Plan. The only question left is, which one of these is really built for where you are right now and where you're headed next?